can you on everybody's names?
Well, tell me an album, I'll tell you the producer. I think it'd be cool to have a collaboration of producers on an album. I'm sure there'd be a clash of egos, but if we could get, say, like T-Bone Burnett, Rick Rubin, and Dr. Dre.
Wow. Now that would be an album. And speaking of which, are you guys planning on doing any kind of a 10-year anniversary album, or?
You know, that really goes back to the label. They should be funding that. Maybe we'll get that video done.
Cool.
A best of or something like that?
Actually, yeah, we're actually talking about that the other day, putting out a best of.
That would be sweet.
We only got one out.
So do you guys happen to have a favorite venue or crowd? Maybe the Machine Shop?
Yeah, you're not gonna believe us. You're not gonna believe me if I tell you that, because we're here. Favorite places to play are just about anywhere in Germany, Flint, Michigan. But yeah, nobody's gonna believe that because we're here.
Hey, we believe it.
I try to tell them that every time we come here, and everybody just, I'm sure they hear that every time they comes here.
It's funny, I actually was recording you guys last time you were here, and I do have you saying that on video, and the guy next to me was like, yeah, right, he probably says that at every venue.
So
but it's true.
That's one of the few times I talk, so I'm giving up on trying to say that.
Aw. So how do you deal with the critics?
Critics? I really kind of try to steer away from reading any of the reviews. I mean, we're still young, so I'm sure we catch a lot of flack. We still haven't found ourselves as a band creatively or whatever. So I'm sure there's been good mixed with bad. I mean, but yeah, you know, we're pretty hard on ourselves online, especially to kind of be able to keep doing
Your own worst critic?
Yeah, and that just reinstills my beliefs if I read a bad review or something like that, so I just have to steer away from it for that. You know.
So if there was one thing about the music industry you could change, what would it be?
Sorry. About the music industry? What would it be? First, I don't know how to say it without being shitty. I don't want to sound like fucking Mars or something. A lot of bands.
I just wish it wasn't necessary.
A lot of bands that are established can they complain about illegal downloading and stuff like that, and I can see why that makes people mad, because they do have it affects whether or not they make a million too. They still have plenty of money to cover themselves, and it's just greed more than anything. But with bands like us that are trying to make a name for ourselves, and build a career, and you know, secure us the opportunity to make a second, third album and stuff, it affects us more than anything. And you know, a lot of the best bands of all time have been bands that had to be nurtured. It took them 3 or 4 albums to get it right, or to make the album everybody remembers. You know, like the Who, Led Zeppelin, even Radiohead. You know, if Radiohead was to come out with Pablo Honey now, we'd be screwed. We wouldn't have an OK Computer or the Bins. So it's frustrating because it's hard to gauge where we'd be if it wasn't for that, and if we would have secured the opportunity to do a second. Not that we know whether or not we haven't, but like I was saying, we're in limbo, so it's kind of a scary place.
So what would you have to say would be the band's biggest accomplishment to date?
So, got some good traveling in, got to see some cool places, play in front of interesting people. We did go into a studio with somewhat of a national release.
It wasn't distributed very well, but it was.
It was recorded.
It was recorded.
Yeah.
I mean, to get to travel the world at such a young age and see everything.
It's just amazing.
Yeah, can't complain.
Cool. So last thing I have for you guys today, is there anything that you would like to say directly to your fans?
Thanks so much.
To the fan sound. Yeah. Thank you. I don't know what else do you say. It's not cliche.
Thank you. Come out and see the show. And
we know we're an acquired taste, so thank you for being patient enough to even acquire one for it.
all right. Well,
We are. I mean, they're just as responsible for where we're at as we are.
all right. Well, on that note, thank you guys so much for sitting down with the Hidden Agenda. We really appreciate it. Can't wait to see the show tonight. And you guys have a good one.
You too.
Thank you.